Hello, my name is Carole Coates, and I'm going to read 4 poems from my latest collection, Letters for John, published by Shoestring Press. It's a small book, 25 poems, that's all, and it's a companion piece to Dead Letters, a book published in 2023. Both the books are letters to my husband, John, who died in 2020. First one, Letters for John 1. Dear Jay, good grief, the stuff we've hoarded. Champagne corks from weddings long abandoned. Ancient theatre tickets, histories of Milton's cottage. And that reminds me, I've come across the programme for that night-long ball near the beginning, the one where I met all your friends and drank so much champagne I slept the night through in the chaplain's chair, oblivious to what was going on. Where were you? Did you see the band's line-up? Deep Purple, Mushroom, The Move, and David Bowie twice. Did you once see Shelley playing? No, we were in the bar, of course. It's only now I've realised what we missed after those decades of not knowing who we didn't see that night. A retrospective loss. And that reminds me of when I had to write an essay and wouldn't visit the ABC with friends to catch a new band called The Beatles. And when I was tiny and my father said, "Come on, we'll go to the Festival of Britain," I discovered an alternate universe I much preferred and said, "I want to read my book." Often now I have a sense of something that I've missed, some rare and luminous thing that might have made a difference. I think you felt that too, unknowable now. So I'll celebrate the dress I wore, apple green, high waist, silk underskirts with delicate organdy billowing over, green ribbons at the hem and fluttering sleeves. It was a primavera of a gown. Worn once. Last year I sold it to the vintage shop, saying Mayball, Cambridge, 1970. And a woman sifting dresses said, "Oh, bless." You would have laughed at that. Yours ever, C. P.S. Women say that often now. Why? And the second poem, Letters for John 8. Dear Jay, I wish you were here when I think I can smell gas. Always in the evening when there's no one about. Last night I paced the house, sniffing like a rabbit, knowing you'd have said, "That's not gas, it's stir-fry." But it might be gas. It might well be gas one day. Now you're not here with your short, sensible nose. Shortish, anyway. And also there's the mould. Like gas, it creeps about and fingers the ceilings, smudges the window frames as if it knew quite well I'm allergic to bleach. I wish you were here to climb ladders with spray cans, to open coffee jars, high windows, the garage door which thinks it's a guillotine. Shit. And I need your ears particularly. Our burglar alarm, sensitive as a butterfly, reacts to shadows or quiver of spider's web and shrieks in the night, which being deaf I don't hear and slumber on. Last month I woke to see huge worried policemen in our room and me in my mother's old nightdress, looking like Miss Havisham. I wish you were here to stop me losing my rag with a teenage boy in the lane dealing drugs to a motley crew who bang on our window, wander our garden, shout tedious obscenities. Idiots all. I resist these encroachments from a lower order of reality. Gas, mould, curious policemen, headlong boys, telling myself they are froth on the daydream of what is actually real. I tell myself this, but I still wish you were here. Yours ever, C. P.S. This is a report from the world in the evening. And this one, the later one, is Letters for John 21. Dear Jay, you've been gone so long, I need another way to think of you. Not the sick man subdued, nor the lecturing scholar on the screen. I still watch that DVD. But something ample, more inclusive. Maybe you're a dream of a good man, whose life I can see from beginning to end, now silent and shut like a book I've read and can't put away, returning to chapters long turned down. Yes, you could be a book, and I'm rereading the dog-eared pages, smudging, skipping sections, ignoring some, riffling the pages, and leaving the end unread. Or maybe you're a city, one I've lived in for a long time, but must leave now. Lime trees in the square, their dignity and shade. Ginnels with ancient names. A quiet city, place of music, art and books. Didn't your friends call you Byzantium? Sometimes you're a dead man, mouth agape, in the final ward, a wrong diagnosis over your bed. No, you are a book. It's right and fitting to see you as a book. But you haven't heard my news from Oxfam. Books I donated now bring water to a parched land, paying for water points in Africa. Your books, which nourished us, give standpipes and clean, pure water to deserts and barren places. Yours ever, C. P.S. So you're also Aquarius. And this last poem is the last poem in the book. Letters for John 25. Dear Jay, just strolled through a damp November afternoon by myself in a wet ruin of leaves, all street ends blurred in mist. Not warm, not cold, no one there, but a stillness, a pause in the world, as if something had been accomplished, needed no more words. I stopped at the War Memorial, verdant with this morning's wreaths and poppies, stood by the austere angel bigger than me, and, ceremony long over, crowds gone, read this little city's messages. Trampled ochre and red mess of leaves seem appropriate to the day, the film I'd seen. Yes, I visit the cinema now, alone. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. We saw it years ago, but I'd forgotten the beautiful, deathly boy whose eyes saw another, more appalling world. In the quiet park, the ginkgo biloba raised its separate pale leaves like hands, as if to say, that's it, that's all. Home now, and it's your favourite time. Twilight and the darkness coming on. Outside the mist looms like breathes on glass, dimming the opposite house. You could be here. I rise from your chair, light your reading lamp, and these are my books, my notes for poems, this my quiet space. You are not here, although I'd like to talk with you about the film, or anything. You're not here. I'm here, though, still. I'm here for the time being. Yours always, C. And the last poem doesn't have a P.S. And to finish, I'd like to read a poem that I didn't write, although I do wish I had written it. I'm going to change the first line a bit. I don't think the author will mind, because actually he's dead. It's Sailing to Byzantium by W.B. Yeats, one of my favourite poems. This is no country for old women. The young in one another's arms, birds in the trees, those dying generations at their song. The salmon falls, the mackerel crowded seas, fish, flesh or fowl, commend all summer long whatever is begotten, born and dies. Caught in that sensual music, all neglect monuments of unaging intellect. An aged man is but a paltry thing, a tattered coat upon a stick, unless soul clap its hands and sing, and louder sing for every tatter in its mortal dress. Nor is there singing school, but studying monuments of its own magnificence, and therefore I have sailed the seas and come to the holy city of Byzantium. O sages standing in God's holy fire, as in the gold mosaic of a wall, come from the holy fire, burn in a gyre, and be the singing masters of my soul. Consume my heart away, sick with desire and fastened to a dying animal, it knows not what it is, and gather me into the artifice of eternity. Once out of nature, I shall never take my bodily form from any natural thing, but such a form as a Grecian goldsmiths make, of hammered gold and gold enamelling, to keep a drowsy emperor awake, or set upon a golden bough to sing to lords and ladies of Byzantium of what is past, or passing, or to come. Thank you for listening, and bye-bye.